and just fly away. When I grow up, I wanna be a fireman, putting out those fires anywhere I can, saving kittens out of trees on a sunny day. When I grow up, I can be whatever I want, you'll see. Oh, I know I can be anything. When I grow up, when I grow When I grow up, I wanna wear a stethoscope, helping all those people that have sore throats. Gonna chase those achy gross germs away. Yeah, yeah. When I grow up, I'll take care of monkeys at the zoo, all the hippos and the pandas and the penguins too. Oh, I can't wait. When I grow up, I can be whatever I want, you'll see. Oh, I know I can be anything. When I grow up, when I grow up.
All right, good afternoon. I'd like to welcome you to the 5th grade promotion ceremony, where we will honor all the hard work and perseverance that this very talented group of individuals has delivered. They have grown so much over this short amount of time, and I'm excited about what they have done so far and look forward to what they will accomplish in the future. One of my favorite parts of the ceremony is listening to the students share their promotion speeches and about the memories that they have acquired from elementary. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to the teachers and let them share theirs.
Don't stop crying, we'll be alright. Just take my hand, hold it tight. I will protect you from all around you. I will be here, don't you cry. For I'm so small, you seem so strong. My arms will hold you, keep you safe and warm. This bond between us can't be broken. I will be here, don't you cry. 'Cause you'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. You'll be in my heart, no matter what they say. You'll be here in my heart, always. Why can't they understand the way we feel? They just don't trust what they can't explain. I know we're different, but deep inside us, we're not that different at all. And you'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. Don't listen to them, 'cause what do they know? We need each other to have to hold. They'll see in time. I know
working on the baby pictures, I clicked the wrong one, so that's why some of them didn't have the things, and there were like 1 or 2 missing. Sorry. We'll play the real one at the end.
Hey, 5th grade, how are you? Who's ready for 6th grade? I know Mr. Malley's already spoken with you, and I know that we're excited to have so many of you staying with us next year and get to start the 6th grade journey together. I'm going to get to go and listen to you play in the orchestra and band. I'm going to get to see you participate in sports, be up here on stage and act. And family, you get to join us with that. I have one bit of advice for you for middle school. Pretend they're in kindergarten. Okay? You know, when they're in kindergarten, you remember how involved you were, you left them notes in their lunchbox, and you did all that? Well, pretend 6th grade is just big kindergarten. They still like the notes in their lunchbox. They still want you to come to their things at school, and we want you to be involved with that. Yes, they're growing up, but they're going to be in the gap navigating a unique world, and they're going to need your assistance and guidance. And I'm going to tell you, it's a fun journey, and I can't wait to see you start that next year. So thank you for being a great 5th grade class. Mr. Malky was telling me there's a whole bunch of you that want to go to OU. Is that true because of your visit? Is that I heard that? Okay, next year we're going to go to K-State's engineering school. I will do that. But we'll make sure we balance all those out and take a trip to KU as well. It's going to be a fun year next year.
Okay, so at this time, I would like to introduce Miss Michelle Hollis to give her congratulatory speech. Miss Hollis. Thank you, Mrs. Skinner. Good afternoon, parents, family, and friends of our CMA 5th graders. My name is Michelle Hollis, and I'm lucky enough to call myself a teacher of all of these amazing students. This year was extremely special to me because I had the opportunity to teach not just one class, but both 5th grade classes. At the beginning of the year, I was really anxious at the thought of being responsible for 2 classes instead of just one, and it turns out I had plenty of reason to be nervous. Getting to know the learning styles, personalities, and strengths and weaknesses of 51 students is a pretty tough and time-consuming job. However, it is the best job I could have ever asked for. I truly enjoy getting to know each one of these students on a personal basis and the ability to teach them math every single day. I'm so proud of everything that these students have accomplished, academic or otherwise. Even when school got pretty difficult, these students persevered and continually amazed me with their determination and hard work. From learning place value to finding the volume of irregular prisms, they worked tirelessly to become the young great minds that stand before you. Or I just said this before you. All while never losing their sense of humor. We had so many laughs in class and even created our own inside jokes. They have also grown into some of the most thoughtful, helpful, and kind people that I've ever met. These students will go out of their way to help anyone, and some will even spend their indoor recess time organizing my room or assisting me with whatever I need at that time. To say that they are kind would be an understatement. They are simply amazing beyond words. Although it has been a privilege to teach both classes, it makes saying goodbye that much harder. I'm really going to miss each of these students next year in the hallway, but I have 100% confidence that they are going to do wonderful things. Thank you to Mr. Springer for giving me a chance to teach the most wonderful students, and to our incredible administration and staff for making CMA the best school in Wichita. Most importantly, thank you to not only my own homeroom class, but to the entire 5th grade as well. You are all so amazing, and I know you'll do great things in middle school. And now I'd like to introduce Mrs. Skinner to give her speech. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today as we celebrate the accomplishments of 53 wonderful human beings. I knew going into this year that it was going to be different, a longer day, shorter year, 2-person team. I knew that Ms. Hollis and I wanted to try out teaching by course subject, rotating all 5th graders between the 2 of us.
I was really excited for this opportunity because this meant that I could dig deeper into our language arts curriculum, try and dissect and uncover the very complex Common Core standards, and really focus my time and energy on a subject area that I was and still am extremely passionate about. So we decided to investigate the success rate and research with this practice of teaching and draw up a plan to present to Mr. Springer. If you know Mr. Springer, you know that he holds his students and teachers to a high standard, wants only what is in the best interest for his students, and is very data-driven and detail-oriented. So we knew that this wasn't going to be a walk in the park. And I still remember the day that we pitched our plan to him. It was like we were both getting ready for a boxing match as we skipped and mall walked our way to him and kept prepping each other along the way, saying, okay, and if he asks this, you could answer with this. And I'll talk really fast and get it all out so he has to hear everything before he can say no. That was me. So we met, and like we expected, Mr. Springer had a ton of questions for us. So we left, regrouped, revised our game plan, and then revisited, left, regrouped, same cycle, a couple more times, and then we got the green light. So it was like victory. We were so excited. We spent so much time planning and organizing our materials so that we would be on the same page, because we know that consistency and alignment is so important for all students. Then, as I was getting ready to meet my class and prep materials from Ms. Hollis' class, it hit me, oh my goodness, what if this doesn't work? My number one priority as a teacher is to establish a relationship with my students. And now I had 51 of them instead of 26. And half of them I only had for an hour and a half a day. What if I can't connect with them? Is that enough time? Is that fair to our kids? Is it fair to us? Can this work? Well, I stand before you today and I proudly say yes. This plan, more like this opportunity that I was given to get to know and connect with 51 students instead of 26, has surpassed all hopes that I had. Yes, my students have my last name attached to them, but I have a morning class and an afternoon class. 51 students that I care very much about. And those morning and afternoon classes, as a whole, each have an entirely different personality, and the way I present the material or content to them is completely different. I have learned to never assume anything from one group of students to the next, the pace, the outcome of the lesson, etc. I have learned that you can tell the difference between 51 different handwritings, especially when they don't put their names on their papers. I have also learned that I'm really awful at grading 51 different projects or 5-paragraph essays. I'm really sorry about that, and I will get better at that. This year, I have had the honor of watching 51 students grow and blossom in the language arts classroom. I have watched reluctant speakers and writers gain confidence and reach out to their classmates when they needed help. I have watched students learn through inquiry, take on the role of a teacher, and connect to the text on a deeper level. I have listened to students tell me that they aren't afraid to make mistakes anymore and that they love learning. When asked if they could travel anywhere in the world, I overheard a pair in the afternoon class, Ms. Hollis' class, say that they would go to Roanoke, Virginia, to research more about the lost colony that we had learned about in class. At afternoon recess, I watched students in both classes reach out to the other teacher for advice when confronted with an issue. And while taking pictures after receiving an award, I heard the loudest cheers from the 5th graders when Ms. Hollis and I stood on stage together. This is how I know that not only did our plan work, but it was extremely successful. I also know that I could never imagine this year without each of those 51 personalities. So, to my afternoon kids, Ms. Hollis' class, thank you for always making me laugh every day, and for questioning every single thing I said. In a good way, of course. I appreciate that you were always ready to get to work, and that you always asked me how I was doing. Thank you for drawing me tons of Michigan M's, superheroes, and for the many cards you made me telling that I was the best language arts teacher ever. You brightened up my afternoons and accepted me into your hearts, and I am so proud of each of you. To my morning class, the Skinners, the group that unfortunately had to spend most of the day with me, thank you for having huge hearts. Thank you for telling me ridiculous riddles and knock-knock jokes, even when they poked fun at my age. And then for helping me feel better about my age, when you told me it's okay because Brian still looks older than you. Anyways. And then for all the many hugs that I receive every day. I appreciate how much you love to compete, that you always thought deeply about the content, and that you had a witty and sarcastic sense of humor, yet you were still kind enough to laugh at my corny jokes. This year, you all embraced our team and family concept, and every day made me feel like I was the best teacher in the world. The journey that we went on together this year will forever stay near and dear to my heart. Thank you for always giving me your best and for believing in me. I would also like to thank all the parents and families of all our fifth graders. Thank you for taking this journey with us, for being flexible and patient as we tried out this new plan. Thank you for your kind words of encouragement and donations to our parties and field trips, as well as the donations of your time and talent. This would have never been as successful of a year without your support. And thank you for raising such supportive, empathetic, and sweet souls. To Mr. Springer, Mr. Melgett, Mrs. Turner, thank you for allowing us to teach to our strengths. Thank you for holding me accountable, for listening when I needed advice, and for trusting me to make professional decisions. It is truly a blessing to work in an environment filled with supportive, sincere, and knowledgeable professionals. And to all the other teachers that have touched each of these children's lives in one way or another, it is true what they say, each child is one caring adult away from being a success story. Thank you for helping each child in here see their worth. And I have one more very special person to thank, Ms. Hollis. Thank you for an incredible 2 years of teaming together. Thank you for making every team meeting enjoyable, sometimes too enjoyable, for making every odd idea we had a reality, and for the countless smiles you spread across students and staff in this building. Your future kids in Kansas City have no idea how lucky they are to be getting you as their teacher. And as you continue to wander lost around the U.S. and pursue your dreams of becoming a counselor, you ever need a break, need someone to stay at Circus with you for a week in Vegas, well, you know who to call. Our school definitely won't be the same without you next year, but we are all rooting for you. So, now thank you all for coming this afternoon, class of 2024. You opened your hearts to us, made us memories we will never forget, and made us laugh until we cried. Congratulations, you did it. And at this time, I'm very proud to introduce our first student speaker from Ms. Hollis' class, Leo Rios.
Hello, thank you for coming. My name is Leo and welcome to our promotion. Today I'll be talking about memorable things that have happened throughout these 5 years at Christopher College Academy and things I appreciate. Throughout these years, I have learned how to be a better person and the fundamentals that will help me throughout life. I want to appreciate the teachers that have helped me learn new things that have got me to where I am now. Some memories I'm fond of are going to Oklahoma University and loads of fun with my fellow classmates and teachers because of the fun we had. One thing that I want my classmates to remember is that you were taught by the best at Christopher College Academy. Some advice I have for everyone is you can do it, you just have to try. Again, I appreciate you for coming to our promotion. To my fellow classmates, we did it.
And for our last speaker from Ms. Hollis' class, Ms. Nina Mitchell.
Good afternoon, students, staff, and amazing fifth grade parents to our promotion. My name is Nina Mitchell, and I am in the Hollis Bosses class of 2024. Me and my favorite fifth grade class are anxious and excited you are here celebrating with us. We have 99 days until we are officially middle schoolers. I did the math. I learned a lot this year. One of the valuable lessons Ms. Skinner taught me is I do not have to be a perfectionist, and it's normal to make mistakes. But it's okay to strive for perfection. Ms. Hollis taught me to stay positive. Whenever she saw I was feeling a little down, she would always make a joke. and Miss Hollis's jokes were always funny. Right, class? But she was always patient, kind, and guided us to the right path. One of the fond memories I will always look back on, and I'm sure my classmates will agree on, is Alex's super funny laugh. It's special because you won't get tired of how much it makes my class laugh. Oh yeah, another humorous memory was when we went to the zoo, and Allison, Naya, Cora, Ellie, Maddie, and Miss Hollis would know I went to go throw trash away and fell flat on my face. And as Miss Hollis said, graceful. It's special because it's my clumsiest moment. My last memories are about my wonderful teachers. I was having a hard time with friends, and Miss Skinner talked to me about it, gave me suggestions, and helped me with my dilemma. I just loved how supportive she was. For Miss Hollis, however, my memory with her was about the chicken dance. Most of my class knows about it. She helped bring my goofy side out. All fifth graders will agree with me that they will remember for the future that you can't be the leader of everything. As Miss Hollis said, your problems now probably won't matter in 5 years. I want to tell the class not to let your ego and pressure get the best of you. Boys and girls, we made it. We achieved it. We got through it. And we did it well. But it's not over. We aren't done. We're going to do bigger things now. Stay strong. We can do it. First, I want to thank my family who support me in everything I do. I love you with all my heart. Next, I want to thank my friends. You pushed me, put up with me, and I thank you for it. Last, but definitely not least, thanks to our great staff. Can we get a round of applause for them? Thank you, thank you, thank you. All I have to say is I wouldn't be standing here without you. Congrats, class. We accomplished it, and now we are officially a part of the Big Kid Squad.
I would like to introduce the first speaker from Mrs. Skinner's class, Avea Black.
Good afternoon. First, I would like to thank you all for coming to celebrate all of us. My name is Avea Shea Black, and I am proud to be in Miss Skinner's 5th grade class. Welcome to CMA's 5th grade promotion. This is my first year at CMA, and being here and being in this classroom has taught me a lot. I've learned leadership skills, how to help others, and that being part of a team is important. This year has also taught me to see the bigger picture and put others before myself. For example, throughout this year, I would stay behind anywhere between 5 to 15 minutes to clean Miss Skinner's classroom, and not because I expected anything. It was because it made me feel great knowing Miss Skinner could come back from latchkey coaching volleyball or even coaching basketball to a clean classroom, and that she didn't have to do one more extra thing. I was happy to help her out. Even though this was my first year at CMA, I have made plenty of memories I will never forget. The two that stand out the most in my mind was when my teacher won the Teacher of the Year award. Our class loved the fact that Miss Skinner said she won because of us, but we knew she was the one that actually did the work throughout her 6 years of teaching that made her eligible. I will also never forget when the whole 5th grade class took a charter bus to Worlds of Fun. We were able to go on lots of huge, tall, fast, and thrilling roller coasters. My favorite was the Mamba because it took you on tons of zigzags, up 201-foot tall mountains, and went 75 miles per hour. 75. I went home and remember talking to my mom for what felt like hours about my amazing experience and everything I did. I did that a lot this year. I will never forget all the memories I've made at CMA. It's crazy to think that at the beginning of this year, my classmates and I started as complete strangers. From the first day, Ms. Skinner told us that she wanted us to be a family. Sometimes she still reminds us of that. And it took a lot of work, but eventually we got there. It was a tough road, but learning how to work together made achieving our goals a lot easier. I want to remind all of my classmates that when life gets tough, to think back to everything we learned in Ms. Skinner's class, and to remember that it's important to focus on the journey and not just the outcome itself. I think I speak for every one of my classmates when I say we couldn't have done it this year without you, Ms. S. I would also like to thank Ms. Skinner for making me, along with everyone else in my classroom, feel a part of a classroom family. I would also especially like to thank my hardworking dad and my stay-at-home mom, who does it all for my family, for all the love and support they have given me. They wouldn't make me the person I am today, and I can never thank them enough for that. I honestly don't think about it much, but I have it easy because of them. Throughout our celebration today, I hope that we are all able to take a minute to reflect on how blessed we all are. Finally, I would just like to say to my magnificent 5th grade family that for the future, just remember you need to be yourself, try your best, and like my parents always say, stand up for what you believe in. For this promotion, it's only a small milestone that we will accomplish in our soon-to-be very successful lives, where I know we will all achieve great things. Have an amazing rest of the day, class of 2024. Congratulations, my fellow 6th graders.
And for our final student speech, Brittany Wynn.
Welcome to our 5th grade promotion. I really appreciate everyone coming this afternoon. My name is Brittany Lynn, and I am in Miss Skinner's extraordinary 5th grade class. Today is not only the day that we celebrate each other and our progress throughout this year and years before, but today is also the day that our parents cry and say, "Oh, you're getting so old, and I remember when you were so little and cute," like we aren't anymore. Throughout my 5 years at the school, I have learned to persevere through everything and have grit through the toughest times. Another important life lesson I have learned is to not worry about what people think of you, because at the end of the day, you are the one living your life, and you should celebrate how unique you are. Also, you should live life to the fullest, because it can go by in the blink of an eye. Not only have I learned a lot of great lessons, but I've obviously made a lot of memories in 5 years. Although, I have to admit, the best memories are from 5th grade. The first memory is the first day of school, when we met each other and everlasting friendships were made. Also, our peer trips are memories that I am very fond of, especially OU and Worlds of Fun. At Oklahoma University, we got to do a STEM activity, got a tour of the school, and ate at the buffet. I will always remember Worlds of Fun because I got to ride with my best friends and it was amazing. Oh yeah, who can forget about Comic Kids Day? Comic Kids Day was full of energy, teamwork, and having fun. I will especially remember playing tug of war, the girls versus boys match, and the students versus adults and middle schoolers match. I have had a ton of good memories, but I've also had to face a lot of obstacles. I've learned to realize that life can be hard sometimes, but you just have to move forward and keep on going because there will be a good outcome, even if it takes a while. I've had an amazing time at the school, and every one of us has made it here by taking that advice, even if we didn't know it. A whole team of people helped me get to where I am standing today. First, I would like to thank my parents for helping me when I needed it and for supporting me through this year. I also want to thank the administrators, Mr. Springer, Mr. Malgett, and Mrs. Turner for always putting their best efforts to give us a good learning environment, believing in us, and making suggestions to help us be the best that we can be. I would also like to thank Brian. Thank you, Brian, for making the class laugh and smile every day. Thank you for being the teacher's assistant and helping with everything we do. Last but certainly not least, thank you to all of the teachers I have ever had, especially Mrs. Skinner, Ms. Hollis, and Mrs. Bookout. Thank you for giving me fundamental academics to help me through life, and thank you for always being there for me. In conclusion, you do not have to be perfect to do something well. You are who you are, and we all have different strengths and weaknesses. I also have one last message to all of the 5th grade team. Thank you to the Hollers for not only being friends, but a family to me. I appreciate all of you guys so much, I can't even put it into words. Once again, on behalf of my fellow classmates and I, Thank you all for coming and for everything you have done to help us get through our elementary years. We did it. Congratulations, class of 2024.
All right, guys. Are you ready? Okay. At this time, we are ready to promote our fifth graders. So we will start with Ms. Hollis's class. Okay. We will hold our applause to the end, please. So we have Kaden Carter. Ruby Driving. Cora Freed. Cameron Firthmeyer. Kaden Hagan. Alexander Holton. Lainey Hill. Lexi Hong. Braden Kozlowski. Madeline Krieger. Johnny Lee. Hollis. Justina Mean Chan. Nina Mitchell. Hunter Morgan. Nia Lynn. Taylor Zaraki. Allison Richmeyer. Leo Rios. Ali Singley. Ethan Sibahon. Rebecca Swink. Michelle Tran. And Braden Wright. And at this time, we would like to promote Mrs. Moore's students, Hassan Delgado and Aiden Zakulich. All right, if we could give Ms. Hollis's class a round of applause, please. My privilege to promote Ms. Skinner's 5th grade class. First up, Avea Black, Ralston Bray, Zoe Brown, Jaden Champouli, Tegan Charles, Houston Dwayne Cornwell, Reed Deason Torres, Zaya Vargas Reyes, Hannah Gideon, Brianna Gomez, Ethan Hayes, Tanaya Hodge, Isabella James, Caitlin Johnson, Tan Gelsey Hovon, Anaya Murray, Brittany Wynn, John Wynn, Thomas Wynn, Ezra Ozeda, Katie Reyes Bandit, Nicholas Schmidt, Sienna Trickett, Jackson Witt, and Ryle Woods. show. So we will show that, and then we will replay the baby picture PowerPoint as well. After this, that concludes our ceremony. In the commons, we have like refreshments. We also have our graduation certificates and their pictures on a table. And then we just ask if you are taking your student home, please sign up with us, just so we are aware of our staff. And thank you so much for coming.
One fine day, we'll get away. All of this will be yesterday. So take your time, enjoy the ride. Don't make turn with the tide. seem so strong. My arms will hold you, keep you safe and warm. This bond between us can't be broken. I will be here, don't you cry. 'Cause you'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. You'll be in my heart. No matter what they say, you'll be here in my heart always. Why can't they understand the way we feel? They just don't trust what they can't explain. I know we're different, but deep inside us, we're not that different at all. And you'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. Don't listen to them, 'cause what do they know? We need each other to have to hold. They'll see in time. I know when destiny calls you, you must be strong. I may not be with you, but you got to hold on. They'll see in time. I know we'll show them together, 'cause you'll be in my heart. Believe me, you'll be in my heart. I'll be there from this day on, now and forevermore. Ooh, you'll be in my heart. You'll be here in my heart. Yes, I'll be with you, be here in my heart. I'll be there always, always. I'll be with you. I'll be.
I'd also like to give a quick shout out to Mr. Gray for running the lights, the sound, all this stuff would not be possible without him. Thank you, Mr. Gray. At this time, we have refreshments in the cafeteria, so if you'd like to go take part in that, that'd be great. And remember, if you're taking your student home early, would you please check out with either me or Mrs. Skinner. Thank you guys.